That doesn't mean that that tool is the best tool. It means it's the best tool for everyone to use. And I think a lot of agents get caught up in that. They go, oh, but this is so much better. Well, it's not better if everybody's not using it. It's not better if 70% of your agency is doing one thing and 30% is doing another thing. That's not better. Better is when I can pick a tool that 100% of my agency can utilize the same way.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this information and wisdom-packed audio session. This session is taught by Dr. Billy R. Williams, CEO of the Williams Family Investment Group. Currently, a group of 160-plus partner insurance agencies that generate over $1 billion a year in new and renewal insurance premiums. Make sure you download this session to your mobile device so you can listen and re-listen at your convenience.
Hey everybody, it's Billy Williams. Absolutely appreciate you guys being here today for our 30-minute lunch and learn. Today we're going to talk about overcoming weak use of insurance agency technology and automation. And again, my name is Dr. Billy Williams. I'm president of Inspire Nation Business Mentoring and CEO of the Williams Family Investment Group, a group of 160 plus insurance agencies that write over $1 billion a year in new and renewal premium. It takes 4 types of staff to build and operate a $10 million revenue insurance agency, which is what we're always shooting for. We always want to be at least a 10 million revenue insurance agency. It takes 4 types of staff: technology, automation, people, and processes. So you have your technology tools, you have your workflow steps, which are automated and manual workflow steps. You have your people, which are your human staff that are working with technology and conversations. And then you have processes that guide the other 3 staff types. Remember, your processes have to always be stronger than your people because they are what guide your people's actions and activity. You want to use technology and automation to cover the weaknesses of your people and to guarantee that important tasks get accomplished. Now, the big problem is that agency leaders and agency owners, they tend to want to use technology just to have reporting capabilities, or they want it just to make sure that they can track something, where staff is asking a totally different question. Staff is asking, what percentage of tasks will be removed from my workday if I start using the technology and automation that you're telling me to? Guys, this is very, very, very important. This is why most agencies or agencies that struggle with implementing technology or struggle with implementing automation, this is why, okay? Because the leadership is thinking tracking, accountability, reporting. Staff is thinking, wait a minute, is this adding to my workday or is this removing tasks from my workday? So as you guys start to think about that, always think what the staff is asking. What percentage of tasks will be removed from my workday if I start using the technology and the automation? The first piece of technology that I want to tell you that you guys have to embrace, everyone has to start using, is you need to have a licensed agent record a video explaining agency standards and coverage consequences. What's happening is a lot of agencies are going to virtual assistants, which there's nothing wrong with that. They're finding it very difficult to find licensed staff that want to work at the pay scale that most agencies can afford, right? Because of what's happening in the economy. So agents are trying to figure out, how do I get the conversation across to my customers? Understand, that's what we do as insurance agents. We communicate with our customers. We let them know the struggles they're going to have if they ever have to file a claim and they don't have the right coverage. We let them know when their policies are in jeopardy. We let them know whenever there's an issue. So that's what we do. We communicate. But agents are like, how do I keep up this communication? And if you think about technology, I want to point out the 10 pieces of technology that really impact our day, but most of it is built around communication. So the first piece of technology I want you to think about is having a licensed agent record a video explaining agency standards and coverage consequences. So I'm going to go over to one of the sheets that we use. This is our Inspire Nation confirmation email or endorsement confirmation wording. So when someone calls in and they say, I want you guys to do this, make a payment, or I want you to add a mortgagee, or I want you to remove a car, add a driver, whatever it is they're asking to do, they're going to get a confirmation. Well, part of how I'm helping my staff to cover their weakness of maybe not mentioning the actual standards or not mentioning the consequences that could happen if the customer doesn't have the right insurance is by using email templates and text message templates and other templates to be able to do that. But if I want my licensed person to be able to have that conversation, I don't have a problem. But the problem comes in if my non-licensed person is sending something to the customer that discusses coverage. So what we want you to do is take our consequences, and for our members, this is all listed inside the video library. You can see it over here, consequence of inadequate coverage. We want you to take that little snippet, probably 15, 20, 30 seconds, and you'll record that. Now, when your non-licensed people send out an email on behalf of the agent or on behalf of a licensed person, and there's a link that says, click here to see the consequence of inadequate coverage, now it's the licensed person explaining it. It's not the non-licensed person, it's the licensed person explaining it. So you record it, you stick it on your YouTube channel, and you post the link to it. That will make life a lot easier for everybody. So that's the first piece of technology that I want us to talk about. I think you should implement an agency branded mobile app. Guys, there are a lot of phenomenal companies that are coming into the insurance world. Glovebox is one that comes to mind right off the top of my head. Insurance Agent app is another good one that's out there. But an insurance agency branded app is like having an agent in your pocket 24/7. It's like when I go to the movies. I'm an AMC guy, right? So every time I go to the movies, I don't buy my tickets at the box office. I now go on my app and I buy the tickets and I order my popcorn and I do all that stuff on my app. It's like having that box office in my pocket. Well, it's the same thing when you have an agency branded mobile app. And I know the carriers have their own individual app, and I'm not saying that you can't use their app, but what would really be nice is if you have one app that's agency branded that uses that basically implements all of the carriers into your app, right? Now that customer is walking around with your staff in their pocket 24/7. So that's the next piece of technology I think we should implement is an agency branded mobile app. Now let's look at the 10 technology and automation tools that directly impact agency tasks and processes every single day, right? Every single day. Your agency management system, your CRM or lead manager, your phone system, your email, your text messages, your quoting tool, whether that's an online rater, a carrier website, a portal that you quote through, maybe a link on your site that a person can get a quote rate bind, all of that, but quoting tools, electronic signature tools, forms, such as what I showed you with our endorsement confirmation, or decline coverage form, or submission forms, tools that maybe you got a commercial guy coming up for a commercial account coming up for renewal, and you need to submit that commercial package. Again, submission tools, reports and audits, and then video tools. So these are the 10 technology and automation tools that directly impact agency tasks and processes. And when we think technology, when we think automation, we should start with these 10 tools: agency management system, CRM, phone, email, text message, quoting tools, electronic signature, forms, reports, and video tools. Let's go through the questions that you need to ask to make sure that your tools can do what you need them to do and that you're asking the right questions before you decide to switch tools. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, I need this agency management system versus this one. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Did you ask the right questions of the first one to make sure it did what you needed to do? Well, I just feel like this is going to be better. Based on what? If you didn't ask the right questions, you have nothing to base it on. So these are the questions you should ask. What is the best tool to use to send email templates to customers and prospects? Remember, guys, we're a communication business. You've got Sally over here using Gmail. You've got Doug over here using Outlook. You've got somebody over here using the agency management system. You got somebody over here using the CRM. How about you get together and say, hold on, guys, because we're speaking 20 different languages. Let's speak one common language. What is the best tool to use to send email templates to customers and prospects? And then everyone in the agency use that tool. Okay, use that tool. Next question. Can my email templates have merge fields or tags? Meaning, can I put first name, last name? Can I put policy information? Can I put the date of birth? Can I put other information that automatically fills into that template? Can I put coverage into that template? So that's the second question you should ask. Can my email template have merge fields or tags? Guys, remember, we're talking about overcoming the weaknesses of technology and automation. And part of why we have a weakness is because we don't ask the right questions. So what we consider a weakness a lot of times is just lack of information. So number two, can my email templates have merge fields or tags? Because that's going to eliminate a percentage of work that your team has to do. Remember, let's go back to this. I want to go back to this slide because I don't want to lose focus of this. Your staff is asking one main question. What percentage of tasks will be removed from my workday if I start using the technology and automation? And a lot of agents are adding to the task. They're adding to the workday. They're not finding ways to use technology and automation to eliminate part of the task or eliminate different things that happen in the workday. When we can start thinking about elimination and using those tools to eliminate versus add, you're going to get a lot more agreement when it comes to utilizing technology and automation in your agency. So let's come back over to our next question. What's the best tool to use to send text messages to customers and prospects? Guys, text messaging is the #1 mode of communication in the world today. If you're not using it in your agency, shame on you, because it's something you should utilize. I'm a big believer that you should utilize it in integrated systems. So if I'm text messaging, I shouldn't have a standalone text message platform. I should have it integrated with my AMS system. I should have it integrated with my CRM if that's what I'm using. I should have it integrated with a system that integrates with my AMS. Maybe I'm using Lightspeed Voice or one of those, right? I want something that integrates with my agency management system or integrates with my CRM, and that's fine. Again, you've got some people texting on their phone. You got some people texting through the AMS. You got some people texting through the CRM. You got some people texting through a standalone platform. And this is why you're not getting your team to actually come on board with your technology and automation, because you got 20 different people doing it 20 different ways. So you need to sit down and ask these questions. What is the best tool to use to send text messages to customers and prospects? Once you guys have identified that, then everybody uses the same tool, right? Now, that doesn't mean that that tool is the best tool. It means it's the best tool for everyone to use. And I think a lot of agents get caught up in that. They go, oh, but this is so much better. Well, it's not better if everybody's not using it. It's not better if 70% of your agency is doing one thing and 30% is doing another thing. That's not better. Better is when I can pick a tool that 100% of my agency can utilize the same way. Number 4, can the text messages have merge fields or tags? Maybe I want to put a policy number in there. Maybe I want to put an automatic phone number that flows in. Maybe I want to put some other information. So can my text messages have merge fields or tags? These are questions you need to ask of your technology. Number 5, can I send an email template that has merge fields or tags based on a specific trigger or event? Part of the problem is we have these systems that won't allow us to do our renewal process because it won't trigger, it won't automatically send. We have to go in and manually send it. And you know what? If that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. But we should ask the question, can I send an email template? Which leads to the next question. Can I send a text message template that has merge fields and tags based on a specific trigger or event? This is why some of you guys are using HubSpot, and some of you are using Agency Revolution, and some of you are using Hawksoft, and some of you are using easy texting, and because you didn't sit down and ask these questions to say, what is the best tool? And can I send this? Can I do this inside of this? A lot of times I'll go in and I'm working with agencies and I'll say, hold on, let's look at what you do have. Let's not worry about what you don't have. Let's worry about what you do have. And we'll go in and start asking the right questions of the technology team or of the technology tool. And we find out, wait a minute, I can do that in EasyLinks. I can do that in Hawksoft. I can do that through AMS 60. I didn't know I could, AMS 360. I didn't know I could do that in Epic. I didn't know I could do, yes, you can. And if you ask the right questions, you'll know that you can do that. So question number 7, now we're going to get into automation. Can a series of email templates automatically go out on a specific schedule? Guys, I can't tell you how many times I'll say, can you pull a report and then send that report out? Can you blast the results of that report out to this technology, or to, not to this technology, but to these customers, to this prospect? I don't know. Well, let's go in and ask. And a lot of times it's as simple as sitting down, getting on the phone, or calling someone from your technology stack and going and asking this question: can I do this? Right? Can this happen? Number 8, can a series of text messages or text message templates automatically go out on a specific schedule? If you're coming up for renewal, can I send you an email? Can I send you a text message based on that renewal? If you have a birthday coming up, can I send an email? Can I send a text message based on that renewal? And what will happen is, when you can automate a lot of this, your team is not as overwhelmed, because we want all these processes, right? Every time we go to a conference, every time we stand up and hear somebody, one of the stage heroes, tell us about all the amazing things that they're doing in their agency, we want that, right? We want it to happen. And now we go back and tell our team, well, we're going to start doing this, and we're going to start doing this, and we're going to start doing that. And our teams go, how? How are we going to do it? Does our technology do that? Do we have to do it manually? Are you adding more work to my workday while I'm already busy? What's going on here? This is why we ask these questions. Number 9, what's the best tool to pull reports, such as upcoming renewals, upcoming birthdays, cross-sell, and new customer reports? And can a mass email go out to contacts from that report or audit? Because if I'm pulling that audit and then handing it to Judy and saying, here, Judy, go make all these phone calls. Judy hates that report, first and foremost, and I just added more work to her workday instead of eliminating work from her workday. Number 11, can a mass text message go out to contacts from a report or audit? What's the best tool to send an electronic signature form? Do you know a lot of your AMS systems and your CRMs, you can actually send your electronic signature form right through that system. It'll link to that customer's record. There'll be a copy of it attached to that customer's record. Everything flows right into it. It'll pull policy information, all that. But if we never ask, we just go out and buy DocuSign. We go out and buy Sign Now. We go out and buy PandaDoc. We go out and buy all this stuff without saying, does it integrate? Is there a way for me to use this and do this already inside of the tools that I have? 13, what's the best system to create a task for a customer's record? Guys, as everybody starts to flow from the from the AMS systems to the CRM systems, which I absolutely understand because of the functionality that the CRMs are bringing to the table. But a lot of the AMS systems are also bringing that functionality to the table. So you have to ask, what's the best system to create a task for a customer's record? Now, usually in your AMS system, that's going to be directly tied to your carriers. So what we see, if it's something related to a communication that does not require that it be connected to a carrier, then I probably can use my CRM for that. But I need to have a standard way of doing that. And if it's something related to a customer's record, maybe their renewal, maybe something that the carrier requests, then I probably want to create that task inside the agency management system. Of course, the best CRM agency management systems speak both ways. They talk to each other. So if I create a task inside my CRM, it's going to automatically update inside of my AMS and vice versa. Those are the best kind of stack that you can have, technology stack you can have. 14, can the task that we create be assigned to another team member? Seems basic, right? But again, if we don't ask that question. 15, will tasks that are created show up on a dashboard, an outstanding task log, or another log or report I can use to track my outstanding tasks? So where do I go to see this? I can't tell you how many times I'll go into an agency and I'll say, hey, let's check your endorsements and let's see if they're sending out the policy weakness confirmation. Let's see if they're sending out decline coverage forms. Let's make sure that they're actually mentioning the coverage weaknesses, right? The consequences. Well, how do I do that? Well, let's go and see your activity history. Let's see if there's a dashboard widget or outstanding task. Well, no, I don't. I've never figured that out. I don't know how to do that. And then we'll go and ask, and it's right there. There's a way to do it. Yeah, just go over here. The tech stack people will say, go over here, click here, and there you go. There are all your activities, there are all your history, there's everything that was done in your system. But if we don't ask that up front, then we don't know. Number 16, will my agency technology tools integrate with other third-party technology tools? Guys, this is so important. Will it integrate with my phone, my video, my postal mail, all these different things? Will they integrate? You have to ask, will it integrate? Trust me, I would much rather have 4 tools that are average, that integrate with each other, than to have 5 or 3 tools that are outstanding by themselves. My team has to go in and click on each individual tool in order to get the functionality accomplished. Because what's going to happen? My team's not going to want to do it. They're not going to want to go in and click this tool and then go over to this tool and then copy and paste this and then duplicate this and then come over and triplicate this. They're not going to want to do that. They would much rather have 4 average tools that integrate and make their workday easier than 3 amazing tools that don't talk to each other. So you have to ask, will my agency technology tools integrate with other third-party tools? If my tool will integrate with other key agency technology tools, is it by coding, API, or webhook? A lot of times it's just a matter of us knowing the right words to ask. Yeah, it'll integrate, but how will it integrate? So that's more of a technical thing that you need to ask your tech stack, but you definitely need to ask. How many of the fields in my technology tools can be merge field into an email template, document, or form? That goes back to the questions we were asking earlier. What capacity for document storage does my system have? We need to ask that question. Now, let's talk about agency management systems. If this is an agency management system that you're primarily trying to figure out how to use and it's the brain of your operation, then you need to ask, how many of my most important carriers can I download information from through Ivans, right? Because if you got a phenomenal agency management system and no download capability, you really just have it's not even a file cabinet at this point because it's creating so much work for you. What level of coverage information can I download from my carriers? This is another thing when you're looking at agency management systems. A lot of them say, oh, we download information from the carrier, but what do you download? Some download first name, last name, email address, phone number, address, and that's it. You don't get anything else. Some go very detailed. Okay, I'll give you policy information, but I won't give you item information. I'll give you this, but I won't give you that. So you need to ask, what level of coverage information can I download from my carriers? Because we're talking about building templates and building forms and documents and all these other things to make it easy on our staff to overcome the weakness of our staff using our technology and using our automation. Then I need to know what I can load. I need to know what I can merge. The more I can merge, the easier it is for my team to build templates and build forms and structure and things like that. What level of household information can I download? Am I just getting the main 2 insureds? Am I getting anybody else who lives in the house? Am I getting kids? What else am I getting? What level of policy information can I download from my carriers? Like I said earlier, maybe I'm just getting policy numbers, but I actually have to go to the carrier site in order to pull the deck page. Or maybe the deck page actually loads into that information. That's part of the downloads, right? I don't know until I ask. Can I create and send a merge field email template or form that pulls in current customer policy information, coverage limits, and contact data? This is one of the things I love about Hawksoft, okay? You guys know I'm technology agnostic. So whatever you use, we're gonna make work the best that we can make it work. But I love this about Hawksoft, is the fact that Hawksoft goes deep into that policy information, and it will allow me to pull in pretty much everything that we use at Inspire Nation or Williams Family Investment Group to be able to create our templates and our forms and our insurance review forms and all those other things, because it does merge in every bit of data that's in that customer's record I can merge that into a form or merge that into a document or letter. So that's, again, I love HawkSoft for that very reason. That's not to say they're the only one that does it. Epic does it. Some of the other tools does it, but I love the fact that HawkSoft really has taken that as a go-to part of their system. If you're using your CRM, most of your customer-facing contact templates should come from your CRM. Remember, usually if you're using a CRM, you're using your agency management system as a file cabinet. Let's be honest, that's what you're using it for. And most of your communication is going to come from your CRM. Most of your lead management tasks will happen inside your CRM. Most tasks that require a follow-up and tracking will happen inside the CRM. And most customer reports that are not directly linked to the carrier will happen inside your CRM. Guys, I don't care if you're using your CRM. I don't care if you're using Insured Mind. I don't care if whatever you're using, it doesn't matter. What you have to do to make sure that your team can overcome the weakness of using technology and automation is you got to ask the right questions first and foremost, and you have to figure out ways that eliminate work from your team, not add more work to your team. So for our members, come over to Inspire Nation. If you go to Inspire Nation and go to Module 2, Module 2 is where we have all of our email templates and our fillable forms. Like if you're using a HawkSoft for fillable forms or Easy Links for fillable forms, we have all those forms right there for you. All you have to do is just easily modify them. Actually, my team will do it for you. They'll modify them and load them into your system so that you can merge field and run audits, and you can automatically pull in data and trigger things by the date and all those particular things that we want you to do. Now, the other thing is technology. So Billy, what pieces of technology do you recommend that I have? So we're going to come back over to Inspire Nation, and we're going to go to Module 3. Module 2 is where all your email templates and all those things, business cards, fillable forms, all that lives. Module 3 is your automation and technology. So if we click on your automation and technology in Module 3, I'm going to give you the tools that we feel like that you need as part of your technology stack. Like we start with Tango. Tango is how you can create your job aids, right? Your PDF job aids really quickly. We start with Loom. We start with video tools. We start with all of your text messaging tools, all those particular things, your password manager, your predictive dialer, if you're going to be making outbound calls, right? Your mobile app, if you're going to end up using your mobile app as the agent inside the pocket. So if you're one of our members, just go out to Module 3 and look at our list of tools, and then look at the training on how to implement those tools inside of your agency. All right, guys, that's my 30-minute lunch and learn today on how to overcome weaknesses with technology and automation. So let me summarize. I still got about a minute and a half left. So let me go back up here and summarize what I really need you to do. It takes 4 types of staff to build and operate a big insurance agency or a successful insurance agency: technology tools, automated tools, people, and processes. And your processes should be stronger than your people, since they guide what happens with your people, with your automation, and with your technology. And you want to use technology and automation to cover the weaknesses of your people and guarantee important tasks get accomplished. That's why we use email templates to confirm what our people should have said. That way, even if they didn't say it, the email template never changes, right? The people are going to see what I needed them to see. And then you always ask yourself, when you're implementing technology and automation in your agency, what percentage of tasks will be removed from my staff's workday if I ask them to use this technology and automation? Not what will add to their workday, but what will be removed from their workday. All right, and finally, guys, have a licensed agent record a video explaining agency standards and coverage consequences. You'll be able to use that more than you ever realize when you're using your virtual assistants. When your licensed people are not saying what they need to say, there's at least a video of them saying it or you saying it. And when your non-licensed people can't actually have these conversations, you've already recorded it and they can send it out on your behalf. Okay, that's my 30-minute lunch and learn for today on how to overcome the weaknesses of insurance agency technology and automation. This is Billy Williams. Absolutely appreciate you guys being here.